Hey guys, I'm here with Coach Susie, and today is day 2 of our series on basically staying motivated while living in an unhealthy culture, which can be really hard to do. We've been coaching this. She was the very first lead wellness coach, and then I came on board, and so we've been coaching this for a long time. So when we live in such an unhealthy culture that is very carb laden, it's hard to just stick with it sometimes.
Hard to stay healthy.
Absolutely. So we're just trying to cover themes on things that help to keep us in the game, like why do we want to stick with eating this way, maintaining our weight, what helps us to do that. So one of the things that really keeps me motivated is knowing that I have other vices that I can choose. So I've developed these over time, just different things that I swap out for the unhealthy things, right? So just trying to keep out when I do, everybody's designed to crave sweet. We do, just by nature, we're designed to have cravings. The body's really smart. So, if you have a craving, typically there's something that you're deficient in.
And then trying to find a healthy alternative. So if you're craving carbs, where can you actually seek out carbs to satisfy that craving without just going and grabbing like a giant thing of bread,
Right, yeah.
So that type of thing, just understanding your body and then finding that healthy alternative.
So, and we don't expect that people would live in ketosis all the time.
No.
But at the same time, when you are trying to manage your weight, what are some options that you can get that are low carb that might satisfy you?
Right.
So I was just going to go through a couple of mine, and then I'll have Susie kind of talk about some of hers. But one of my very favorite vices is just sparkling water. So at first, I will say, when I tried this, I was like, I'm not sure about this. But then over time, I think my palate has just changed enough that I really like these. So like LaCroix is another big brand, but this one is a Pellegrino. It's a tangerine and wild strawberry. This is my current favorite, and it comes in there's 3 different flavors you can get at Costco. These are amazing. And even just the plain Pellegrino, I have this here today, so I thought I would just share that. So as you can see, a lot of mine are beverages. And then if I really need something, coffee is always my standby, go-to if I, just feel like I need a little bit of energy, especially because we do intermittent fasting as well. As I'm in
something to drink in the morning.
Just something, and it really gives you that energy. And
the warmth always seems to fill you up a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Satisfying.
So those are some of my vices. I will say, throughout the day, then for me, I can't drink coffee all day long. So I have to switch to something else of an evening. So if I'm after dinner and I'm still having a sweet craving, sometimes I'll just brew myself a hot cup of water. Sometimes I will have some, we do full fat plain yogurt, and I'll do just a couple spoonfuls of that to keep me satisfied. If I'm having a sweet craving, I just won't go away. Almond butter, just plain almond butter that literally is one ingredient almond butter, is a great way for me to get over a craving. So those are things that I just kind of depend on if I'm feeling restricted. I go to those. But I don't know, Susie, do you want to talk about some of the things that you...
Yeah, some of the other, I actually do all the same things when it comes to the liquids, or teas or things like that. There's a few of my favorite teas. Any cinnamon tea I could drink all day long. But when it comes to food, a lot of the suggestions that I made for clients, along with things I do myself, is similar to the yogurt thing, but doing just plain Greek yogurt, but you add some raw cacao powder and a little bit of stevia, or if you have protein, good, clean, my favorite is Ancient Nutrition, but good protein powder that doesn't have a lot of added sugars or ingredients to it, or ingredients that you don't know. But if you add a scoop of that to your yogurt and mix it up, it's I always do chocolate, but it's like chocolate pudding. Throw some berries on top. It just hits the spot. Even doing baked apples or baked pears, and doing some cinnamon and stevia on those. That's awesome. If you're looking for more of a crunchy, taking fruits or vegetables like apples or zucchini or something like that and slicing them really thin and throwing them in the air fryer I mean, there's tons of opportunities for food that kind of can give you some of those like, you know, put some pink salt on it if it's something like you're looking for that salty, crunchy type feel versus sweet. And then even long term, we had talked about this too, figuring out, you know, not just in the very beginning of the program, because obviously it's a little bit more restricted, but long term, still having those healthy alternatives. And a lot of people, once they start to dig into recipes and finding ways to create like good flavors or switch out one bad ingredient, it makes it that much healthier, and then you can still kind of have some of your favorite meals or favorite recipes. So that's part of kind of figuring out how to adjust those recipes too.
Yeah, part of the journey for sure, I think, is really just starting to get a repertoire. Yesterday was one on challenging yourself to try one new recipe a week, because I really, you know, feel like that's what keeps it satisfying.
Definitely.
Because if you're eating really good food, like it's just...
And flavorful.
It's just not hard. It's not hard to stick with it. So
yeah.
Anyways, but so those are some of our little food swaps that we use when we're having cravings, just to, you know, help us to stick with it and stay motivated and keep going. So if you guys found this useful, if you just want to, you know, press in on the thumbs up button, that will really help us.
Or drop a comment.
Yeah.
If something that your favorite go-to. Share your ideas.
That would be amazing too. Just what do you satisfy your cravings with? What have you found? Everybody's got some tips and tricks up their sleeve that help them just to stick with it. So anyways, stay tuned, because we're just going to keep the series going. Have a great rest of your day.